January 3rd, 2017, work session, all members present.
Okay, just on 3B on your agenda, it's missing the words subject to conditions, so we will read it that way.
Do we have a executive session?
Yes.
I also asked Mark Riley to come over, Mark Riley, the town engineer, give us an update on where we are in the whole scheme of things regarding the building of the animal shelter. Please come up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Mark Riley, Town Engineer. Obviously, everyone knows the engineering aspect of the animal shelter was awarded the last board meeting, minus the construction administration services. So as soon as contracts get completed, we'll get the engineering firm started on the preliminary aspect of the design. So that'll include coming up with a master plan of exactly what we need, some floor plans, estimated
Well, explain that
construction
again.
costs.
We've adopted the spending last month.
Right.
Okay.
That included the first, I think, 6 or 7 tasks in the
Okay.
proposal, which is everything from preliminary work all the way through to bidding and procurement.
Okay,
Okay, it didn't include construction administration. Okay, so that's the only thing it didn't include.
so when they get, these folks now will come forward with a plan for construction and building.
Yes, and in that preliminary design, there's also a meeting with the town board if you all see fit to go through exactly what it is that they're suggesting that we construct.
That might be a good idea.
Very
Yeah.
good idea, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of meeting is included in the proposal.
Is this for an entirely new shelter or just the modification of the?
At this point, I think we're thinking an entirely new shelter. But renovation is, of course, still on the table.
That's still an option, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But there was a rationale why you went to new construction.
There was apparently is a new energy code that was adopted, and the engineers are saying they don't think that using the existing facilities would be suitable anymore to obtain those energy code requirements. That's something we're gonna have to look at.
How soon do you think you could let us know?
Well, as soon as the contract's done, we're gonna get them started right away.
Okay,
And, we can let you know. I think the preliminary design services take about 2 months, I think it is.
really?
So, in that 2 months, there's,
Are you kidding?
What is that?
4th of July.
Oh,
Happy
we're
New Year.
discussing animal shelter.
animal, April Fool's Day? Okay, so go ahead, Mark.
Well, that's pretty much it. And once the preliminary stuff is done, then they go into a final design, which takes another couple of months.
So what,
Um,
in terms of the town board, will you bring us the preliminary design? Will you Talk
Absolutely.
to us about that?
Yes, yeah, there'll be a
Okay.
master plan document that they'll come up with,
Okay,
telling you, how many square feet of this do you need,
Okay.
and how many square feet of this, and it'll explain everything that you need,
okay,
that we need.
good, good,
Okay?
And that's within the budget we gave them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
okay, good. Thank you, Mark, for
Okay,
coming.
no problem, thank you.
Mark, if everything went and everything was explained, what do you think that, if they were going to do a whole new building, what do you think the target date would be to start it?
Bidding would probably happen over the summer.
Okay?
So then shortly after that, we would probably be able to start construction, and I think their construction estimate was about 10 months.
So they may start, if everything went well, October, November,
Correct.
and then it would take to 2018 probably to be completely finished?
Right, right.
Great.
Yep.
Those are the questions we get, so,
Yeah.
I just need to have an idea.
Yeah, yeah, and the engineering consultant did a time frame schedule in here. I could always, copy that and send that to all you.
Yes, please.
Okay.
A good idea. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Peter has site plans?
Yeah, but I don't, does the board have anything to put on the table?
I don't have anything right now.
No? You have a site plan? Okay.
Good morning, Peter Hans with the Planning Department. The town board has two site plans for this afternoon, acting as the Board of Site Plan Review. The first one is called PJ Venture 4. You can see the site plan and the elevations behind Councilwoman Inzerillo. We're recommending approval with 7 conditions. John Baker is the applicant. He has already agreed to the conditions. Basically, the first one is they obtained necessary permits from the building department. The second one is that they obtained a road opening permit from the town highway department. The third, they're on a state road, they need a state highway work permit. The fourth, that they include plans, approved plans from DOT to the engineering department. Fifth, that they install a tree clearing fence prior to the start of construction. The sixth, that they install a fence to protect the adjacent parkland that they're in the process of dedicating to the town for a TDR. That was a matter for the last hearing. And the seventh has to deal with the brick. Again, the applicant has agreed to all these and has no issues. Board, have any questions?
Yes,
Yes.
on English. What is this word here?
Which one?
DEMISED?
Or what condition would that be?
6.
6.
On the demised land?
Demised land.
Does that mean cut in half?
Yeah, if you look on this plan here, right now, the property is one large piece of property. There's a line here, it says demised line. And this piece of property is currently in the process of being dedicated to the town of Smithtown. David Flynn spoke at the last hearing.
Yes.
That's for the TDR, for,
Right, so we're recommending that basically.
Well, I'm just
split that
questioning the word. Is there such a word? Demised.
fence. I'm just referring to what the engineer put on the plan.
There is a word, but
I
in
never heard of it.
that sentence,
Okay, we'll look it up as soon as I
It's
leave
an
here.
engineering term.
demised. Demised, that's the end of, right? Demised?
David, do you want to just come up and tell us about the award from the county?
Want me to do it? You want me to do the other site plan?
Yes, one more site
Oh,
plan.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
The other site plan is called Dorothy Center. This is on the north side of Smithtown Boulevard in Wisconsin, at the corner of Dorothy Street. This application did go before the Board of Zoning Appeals, recommending approval with 8 conditions. It's currently a vacant lot. It's directly adjacent to a former bar called Boulevards, which is supposed to become the new Knights of Columbus Hall. Recommending approval with the 8 conditions, that they obtain applicable permits from the building department.
Well, okay, but have they agreed to these conditions?
Yes, they have. The attorney for the applicant has signed the plans. Frank Ridley's the builder.
What is the term?
It's to be a 1,680 square foot office building, medical use.
So you can go through the conditions other than they have to obtain permits.
Basically, yes.
Because I wanted to go through them then.
You want me to go through them?
That
Yeah.
building on Southern Boulevard?
We're supposed to do that.
Building on Southern Boulevard, did you see what they did?
So the first one, obtain permits from the town building department. The second one, that they obtain a road opening permit from the town highway department because the access will be on Dorothy Street. The third, that a plan prepared by a professional engineer shall be submitted for the maintenance and protection of the adjacent property during excavation for the proposed building foundation. This is a requirement of the engineering department. The fourth, that the applicant shall obtain a highway work permit from Suffolk County Department of Public Works, as Smithtown Boulevard is a county road. The fifth, that prior to the start of clearing, that they put the clearing fence up to be inspected by DEW or planning. The sixth, that light pole details be provided to the planning department prior to installation. Seventh was regarding the trash enclosure and where it's positioned so that it's more easily accessible for a garbage truck.
So when you say you reposition, you mean reposition from what's on the plan currently?
Correct. On the plan, the dumpster's right here. It's basically blocked by handicap parking stalls. We're suggesting that just simply slide 12 feet south, so a garbage truck would enter the
Okay.
site, pick it up, and leave. And the last is regarding the architecture of the building. If you look at the rendering on the bottom, you'll see the field stone that they have under the windows. It's only on the front and one of the sides of the buildings. We're just stating that it should go on all four sides of the building. And again, the applicant's in agreement with this.
Okay,
You mentioned medical use?
The applicant, we had just approved an office use, so whether it's for an architect, a lawyer, or a doctor, or a dentist, that's not a town issue. We just approve an office. However, the plans do say medical office building,
Yeah.
and they seem to have the sanitary flow for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you. David, you want to come up and talk about that grant?
Thank you, David Flynn, Town Planning Director. About 2 weeks ago, the Suffolk County Legislature voted to spend $200,000 for two parts of a plan for downtown Kings Park. They, in the resolution, they spoke of traffic impact studies and economic impact studies. We had very little advanced warning that they were thinking of doing this. I spoke with Peter Scully, the Deputy County Executive. I'm not sure exactly what sphere of influence he has, but I called him because I know him and asked what the money was for, and he said that the town could use it for a downtown plan the way the town sees fit. That a different person in the county executive's office said that the words used in the resolution are broad enough to include whatever the town would need. It's $200,000. It's a reimbursement, like the town would spend the money,
Right.
submit a bill, and then get reimbursed. I would suggest that the town use the money to fill in the gaps of the plans that have been done in the past year or so by two other entities. The Suffolk County hired in 2012, I think, 2012 or 2013, the RPA, which is the Regional Plan Association, to come up with a plan for downtown Smithtown and Kings Park. While that was underway, the Kings Park Civic Association and the Chamber of Commerce got together and used their own money to come up with their own plan. The RPA plan was put on hold to see what the local groups came up with. The local groups in November presented to the town board their plan and asked the board to, I think, adopt it. I believe the town board, in essence, took it and said thank you, and in essence, we'll get back to you. That plan was the second plan. That was the plan that we call the Vision Plan, because it was done by Vision Long Island for the local Civic Association and Chamber of Commerce. The other plan, the RPA plan, supposedly the draft is done but is not released for the public until the IDA, the Suffolk County Industrial Development Agency, is done reviewing it to make sure that it's okay. Between those two plans, I would suggest that the town board would want to spend the money to finalize, to improve, to fill in the gaps of whatever isn't done with the other plans. The vision plan, for example, has no goals and objectives, so it's hard to measure, why you would do something unless it's done to achieve a particular goal or objective. So it's handy to have before you come up with recommendations, goals. It also doesn't address parking very much. It doesn't address the fiscal impacts or benefits very much. And it also, importantly, there's no secret where the Civic Association and Chamber asked the board to adopt a plan. Under New York state law, the adoption of a land use plan is subject to secra. It's a type 1 action. A type 1 action means that it's a kind of action that usually, but not always, requires the preparation of an environmental impact statement. But it tends to, the fact that it's a type 1 action is, means that it's likely that an impact statement would need to be done. I think that if the town could, it should use the money to either do the impact statement or do the necessary environmental work so that no impact statement's necessary.
Okay,
So we have 2 plans out there,
Correct.
and the RPA plan has not been
Released.
led for the public to view yet.
Correct.
And your intention is to wait for that, to combine that with the visual island plans?
That's my suggestion to the town board is, I believe the town board should adopt a plan. It's better to spend money based on a plan or to have zoning based on a plan than to do it in an ad hoc basis.
Right.
So it's good to have a plan. Since the vision plan is really targeted only towards certain concepts, it's not really complete. Maybe the RPA one is complete, we haven't seen it.
Do you have a time, any kind of estimated time when RPA plan will be let out?
I don't, I wanted to call the county this morning just to
Okay.
find out.
Could you let us know
I'll
if
let
you
the
get a
board
line
know.
on? And also, David, I don't think the vision one does, but the RPA plan, does that include looking at the psych center remaining 300+ acres as well, or no?
The draft that I saw of the RPA plan about 3 years ago or 2 years ago did not.
Okay.
It was, if I could just emphasize, it wasn't only for Kings Park. It was for Smithtown
Smithtown
and
as well.
Kings Park.
Okay.
And since Smithtown is roughly 3 times larger than Kings Park, I presume the weight of that plan will be on Smithtown.
Do you have any idea why the county decided to take $200,000 and give it as a grant to Kings Park? Was that a plan because of the plan they want to finish? Did Kings Park apply for it? How did that come about?
I have no idea.
No, they did not apply for it.
Well, I'm just curious how that comes about.
Well, maybe
you know.
I could say that out of sight and sound of the board.
Okay,
Okay?
I don't know.
I know.
me too.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, David.
Matthew, you have anything, Matthew, for us?
I have one litigation.
One litigation? Okay, thank you. You gentlemen will have to leave.
This goes on?
Okay, so
Eric.
we go in executive session. All in favor?
Mr. Spangler,
Yes.
Aye.
could you wait around for a minute? I'll be out soon.
Have a good day, guys.
Ready? Go ahead.
I'll move to close the executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll move to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.